How is the state of San Diego market? Are we going up in price? Are we coming down in price? Who knows? Let's look at the data and let's see if we can figure it out together. What is happening within the state of our city finances? So let me pull up some numbers and show you where we are with that, and if we can together get some information and some data that we can discuss. If you like to get some comments out there, please do so. I am happy to talk to you about that. And in the meantime, let's look at Del Mar and the numbers for Del Mar. So we in these reports, we're always comparing the month that we're in, and we're always going to the month that we just finished, because obviously the month that we're in, we don't have the information for it. We have to wait until the month is done. So we are reviewing the numbers for the month of September, and we're reviewing the numbers September of 2022 to September of 2023, and then of course year to date all the way this year, and see how the numbers look. So and then we're comparing single family to townhomes, and we're also looking at, so the stats that we're looking at is listings, the number of listings, the number of pending sales, the number of closed sales, the median price, and also the supply of inventory. And you can see that actually this is very interesting, because the supply of inventory looks like it actually has gone up. But if the inventory for the whole month was 11 homes versus 8 homes, that's not a whole lot of inventory altogether to speak of. So we're still basically in severe shortage of inventory, and that reflects in prices, as you can see. Now, if you compare year to date, looks like the prices are slightly falling, but keep in mind that we're also looking at the fact that we're getting closer to the end of the year. So if you're comparing from the beginning of the year until the end of the year, then if we're seeing only a 4% decline, that is not a huge fall. And also, if you are looking in the condo market, you can see that there's actually an appreciation happening within the condo market. So there is a lot of talk, and there's a lot of people that are sitting out there and thinking that we're going to have a market crash. And if you're looking at these stats, I don't believe I see it. But this is the Del Mar market, and it's an affluent market. So let's compare that to Carmel Valley, which is the zip code next door, and let's see how Carmel Valley compares to Del Mar. So here we are in Carmel Valley, and so new listings have actually gone down since last year, so we actually have less homes available for sale. But as you can see, the prices are actually comparison for September of last year to September of this year. Prices are not actually fallen. If you compare from the beginning of the year to today, then you can see a slight decrease. But that doesn't necessarily mean that we're seeing prices fall. That could just mean that we're adjusting seasonally from January of 2023 till September of 2023. We're seeing a slight decrease, which is in line with how the market behaves towards the end of the year. And now you can see also in the condo market, there is really not any price depreciation. And these are the numbers that by the way, the economists are also looking at, and they're considering these numbers into the fact of whether they should be raising interest rates or leaving interest rates as they are, or lowering interest rates. So looking at these numbers, don't foresee that interest rates can come down because we don't really see a free fall of numbers. Now, one thing that everybody has to watch out for is layoffs. If we start seeing layoffs, then we may see slight, price depreciation. But for as long as we don't see layoffs, I don't really see these numbers changing. Okay, now let's go and check out 92116. And the reason why we are looking at the numbers at 92116 and 92014 is because our offices are in University Heights / North Park and also in Del Mar. So those are the two zip codes that we concentrate on just because we have a bigger foothold in those two markets. And then of course we take two other zip codes that are closer to our markets, which in the North Park area and University Heights area would be Mission Hills and Hillcrest, and up closer to Del Mar would be Carmel Valley. So looking at 92116 and the numbers there, and as you can see, median price in 92116 is about $1 million as of this year, September, compared to median price of homes up in Del Mar are about 3 million. So, there's a slight price difference, but that's just, area to area. Of course, prices are different. Now, supply of inventory, as you can see, is less. We have less homes available for sale now than we did a year ago, September. And these are year-to-date supply of inventory. We actually have less homes available for sale towards the end of the year, which is natural. Also, towards the end of the year, fewer people would move. And then and condo prices. The median condo price has actually gone up if you compare year to year from September of last year to September of this year. But if you're comparing prices since January till now, we're slightly below that the price of what we were back in January. But I personally think that we're looking at seasonal adjustment. Now let's look at 92103 and see what we see there. So 92103, it's interesting. So median sales price is higher than our zip code of 92116. As you can see, median sales price here is 1.4 versus in 92116, which we are at $1 million. Okay, and same for condos. Median sales price for a condo is actually this year, it's even higher than last year by a lot. It's actually at $940,000 versus last year, which median sale price of a condo was at $720,000. Now, I know that you're going to tell me these numbers are still staggering, and I agree with you. But what is happening that we've seen is the rental market is not as strong as lively as it was towards the beginning of the year. So that's something that might change the market in terms of letting the steam out of it and let prices settle down a little bit, because if the rental market softens up, then that will translate into the price of homes. Because if your investor is buying a place to rent it out and they're not going to be able to charge as much for rent, then naturally they're not going to be willing to spend as much money on the property if they can't get a return for it. So that is something that might actually look into translate into prices coming down, but too early to tell. I think by March of 2024, if we see those prices coming down, it's going to be March of 2024, because that's when the spring season will start. And if by March we don't see prices going up, then that's an indication that prices are falling. Right now, I don't really see that happening with these stats that we're looking at. As you can see, year to date, prices are up, and both in single family homes and in condo markets. And these are the stats for you to take a look at. And of course, if we're looking at the entire MLSs, you can see that In 92103, the average prices are higher than the rest of the county. And if you're looking at 92116, actually, if you're looking at 92116, it's interesting that we're not necessarily, at least not in the not in the condo market, we're not the most expensive. Now let's look at Del Mar. Also, Del Mar, you can see that, of course, is considerably higher than the average of homes in our county. And this is also interesting. The median sales price in our county for a single family home is now close to $1 million. And for a condo, it's close to $600,000. Those are high numbers. For a lack of better word, those are really, really high numbers. So that's the long and short of it for the state of our prices within the county of San Diego, and in particular within our zip code. So the zip codes where our office is operating in. And if you like to ask me any other questions, there is my phone number, and I'm always happy to answer any of your questions. And if you're wondering what I do, that's what I do. I am your expert realtor, and always happy to answer any of your questions about anything real estate here in San Diego or anywhere in the States. And you can get more information on my website, or you can reach out to me via email. I'm always there and happy to answer your questions. And if you are wondering where you can find me on Instagram, there is my Instagram handle. So thank you very much for joining me today, and have a great day.